हेलो बच्चों, let's discuss passage 2. Section 2 of ICA defines proposal. When one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view of obtaining assent of the other to such act or abstinence is said to make a proposal. So, दिस पैसेज इज टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑफर. ऑफर इज़ व्हेन जब कोई अपना इंटेंशन, अपना विलिंगनेस दिखाता है किसी चीज़ को, किसी काम को करने के लिए या किसी काम को ना करने के लिए, जब उस चीज़ का एक्सप्रेशन होता है तो वो ऑफर बनता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ए बी को बताता है कि मुझे मेरा XYZ कलेक्शन बेचना है फॉर XYZ मनी. तो जब ए ने बी को ये विलिंगनेस कि मुझे बेचना है कथिंग, ये फीलिंग कम्युनिकेट करा, वो एक्सप्रेशन ऑफर बन जाता है. लेट्स सी एक वैलिड ऑफर के एसेंशियल. इसका इंटेंशन टू क्रिएट लीगल ऑब्लिगेशन. आप हवा में अपने जब दोस्त को कह रहे हो कि चलो हम मिलते हैं कल, दैट इज़ एन ऑफर बट इट हैज़ नो इंटेंशन टू क्रिएट अ लीगल रिलेशनशिप. कि अगर आपका दोस्त हाँ करके कल नहीं आता है, आप कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ में तो नहीं चले जाओगे ना कि उसने मुझे डच करा, नहीं. तो वैलिड ऑफर के लिए लीगल इंटेंशन एसेंशियल है. उसके बाद एक्सप्रेस या इम्प्लाइड हो सकता है. एक्सप्रेस मतलब थ्रू राइटिंग और वर्ड्स, और इम्प्लाइड थ्रू कंडक्ट. सर्टेन होना चाहिए ऑफर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपके पास 2 हॉर्स हैं X और Y, और आप किसी को बेचना चाह रहे हो वन ऑफ द हॉर्स, तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा कि आपको अपना X हॉर्स बेचना है या Y. अगर आप कहते हो मुझे सिर्फ हॉर्स बेचना है तो वो सर्टेन नहीं रहेगा, सामने वाला पर्सन कंफ्यूज हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज साइलेंस एज एक्सेप्टेंस. जब आप किसी को ऑफर देते हो और ये लिख देते हो अगर तुमने XYZ तक नहीं रिप्लाई करा तो आई वुड कंसिडर इट एक्सेप्टेड. तो कुछ सिचुएशन में साइलेंस पे एक्सेप्टेंस हो सकता है ऑफर का, बट वो सिचुएशन हम आगे चल के डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे. एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ विलिंगनेस टू डू और अब्सटेन फ्रॉम डूइंग समथिंग, ये मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन कर चुकी हूँ. Sorry for the noise in background. Offer must be communicated. Communication of a proposal is complete when it comes to knowledge of the person to whom it is made. कम्युनिकेशन एसेंशियल है. अगर ए कहे मुझे बी को अपना कार बेचना है पर वो ये बात सी को बता रहा है तो वो ऑफर नहीं माना जाएगा. कम्युनिकेशन बी तक हुआ होना चाहिए. नेक्स्ट इज क्रॉस ऑफर्स. व्हेन टू पार्टीज मेक आइडेंटिकल ऑफर्स. लुक, ए को बी को अपना XYZ बेचने का मन हुआ 100 रुपीज़ के लिए, एंड सेम डे पे बी का मन हुआ कि वो भी ए से उसका XYZ खरीदे 100 रुपीज़ के लिए, उन दोनों ने सेम टाइम पे लिखा एक दूसरे को एक लेटर. बट अब कौन ऑफरर है इस केस में और कौन एक्सेप्टर, कौन एक्सेप्ट करेगा एक्चुअल में, और एक्चुअल ऑफर किसका माना जाएगा? तो ऐसे ऑफर्स क्रॉस ऑफर्स कहते हैं, और जब इनमें कोई एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं होता है, थस ये वैलिड नहीं होते हैं. व्हेन द ऑफरी ऑफर्स द क्वालिफाइड एक्सेप्टेंस of the offer subject to modification and variation in terms of original offer have set to make counter offer. ए ने कहा कि मुझे XYZ 100 रुपीज़ का बेचना है, बट बी रिप्लाई करता है नहीं मैं तो 90 का खरीदूंगा. तो भाई काउंटर ऑफर हो गया, और ए का ओरिजिनल ऑफर 100 रुपीज़ वाला एंड पे आ जाएगा, वो खत्म हो जाएगा. अब बी ऑफर बन जाएगा और ए एक्सेप्टर. Invitation to offer. Look, there are 2 things. One is offer, one is invitation to offer. For example, इसमें आप एग्जैक्ट ऑफर नहीं दे रहे हो, बट आप बस मेयर इन्विटेशन दे रहे हो कि आओ लेट्स नेगोशिएट और अपनी फाइनल विलिंगनेस डिसाइड करें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, डिस्प्लेइंग क्लॉथ्स इन अ क्लॉथ शॉप बाहर, तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो नेसेसरी बेचने के लिए बने हो. दैट्स मेयरली एन इन्विटेशन टू ऑफर. The communication of proposal is complete when it comes to knowledge of person to whom it is made. The communication of acceptance is complete against the proposer when put in course of transmission, and communication acceptance against the acceptor is complete when proposer receives it. Look, A ने B को ऑफर लिखा. इस ऑफर का कम्युनिकेशन तब कंप्लीट हुआ जैसे वो बी को मिल गया, ठीक है. लेकिन जब बी उस चीज़ का एक्सेप्टेंस लिख रहा है, जैसे ए ने ऑफर लिखा और बी को मिला, तब ऑफर कंप्लीट हुआ ना. लेकिन एक्सेप्टेंस तब कंप्लीट होगी जब बी उसको डिस्पैच कर देगा. अभी ए को मैसेज लिखा है, अभी ए ने नहीं पढ़ा, या लेटर अभी ए को नहीं मिला, दैट वुडंट बी कंसिडर. जैसे ही बी ने एक्सेप्टेंस दिया वो कंप्लीट माना जाएगा, बट वो कंप्लीट माना जाएगा ए के अगेंस्ट. बी के अगेंस्ट वो तब कंप्लीट होगा जब वो ए की नॉलेज में आ जाएगा. जब वो पढ़ लेगा लेटर तो मतलब बी के अगेंस्ट भी कंप्लीट हो चुका है. Gullu and Bolu were best friends who discussed everything and all the updates of their lives. One day Gullu was talking about selling his bike to someone who would pay decent price of this. Next day Bolu goes to his house with the quoted price and said he wants to buy his Royal Enfield, but he tells that he never intended to sell that. He wanted to sell his metallic red Glamour. So Had an offer been made? Let's see all the options. First option says that yes, the details as to bike and the price has been told in clear terms. No, it is very clear from the question that there were no clear terms, which was the main issue. Thus, this is wrong. Yes, Gulu had signified his intention to sell his bike. And look, this option talks about an person called Ghansham, which is nowhere mentioned in passage, and thus we can identify from this word that this option is completely irrelevant. Next is no, there was no certainty as to bike which bike. Yes, this is the correct answer. The main core issue is about certainty about the bike being talked about in offer. Next, no, there is no offer. No, there is an offer. It was not an invitation to offer. There is an offer, but it's not a valid offer because one of the essential, that is certainty about the terms, is not fulfilled. Ram waited for a long time to purchase his bike RE. When RE was brought into market, he was the first to make booking. One day, on the day of Sankranti, he went to make payment. However, due to huge demands for the bike, the price shot up, which was also communicated to all the pre-bookers. Ram, however, proposes the same amount, and we have to decide, can the proposal by Ram be understood? Raman can be understood as accepted by the Ram. The correct answer option is A. No, Ram had made a counter offer by quoting the new price, hence the proposal has not been accepted. Ram made a counter offer, right? Since the term specified the price which has been altered constitutes a counter offer. Option B says that yes, there is no alteration. No, there was alteration. It is clearly stated in the fact. The fact there is no alternation makes the statement there is no alternation makes this option wrong from the very starting. Option C, no, Ram had made a cross offer. This was a counter offer, not a cross offer, and there has been this option is to misguide you. Next, yes, there is certainty in terms of the offer and accepted. Look, the core issue in this question is counter offer. This option is completely wrong. This option talks about crossover and this option talks about certainty, whereas core issue is counter offer, and only this answer option discuss counter offer. Thus option is correct. Miss Rinku visited the stationery shop and handed her purchase list to a shopkeeper. On the items mentioned was a pen stand which she could clearly see on display. However, Miss Rinku expressed her desire to purchase the stand, but shopkeeper declined and she argues that they cannot withdraw the offer. Now we have to decide. Let's see all the options. Option A says that no, keeping objects at shop does not necessarily indicate a general offer that can be accepted by anyone. The shopkeeper can still rescind the offer before it is accepted. This is completely wrong because it talks about general offer, whereas the core issue if this question is invitation to offer. This was an invitation to offer and not general offer. Option B says yes, she did not negotiate. Look, yes, after invitation to offer, there is a negotiation stage for making of an offer. But right now in this question, invitation to offer is being talked about, not the next stage, which is negotiate to make an offer. Thus, this will also be rejected. Option C, no, taking purchase list of Miss Ringo does not bind shopkeeper to sell. Look, it's true that shopkeeper is not binded, but there is no legal reasoning provided in this question. These are mere factual details about the material listed, and do not ever accept or select any such answer as an exam. Please select answer option which provides you legal reasoning. Okay. Next, yes, if shopkeeper's action was merely an invitation to offer and there was no offer made, this is the correct answer. Since the pen stand in the shop was displayed as an invitation to offer, it indicates shopkeeper's willingness to negotiate. The mere display of items in the shop does not imply journal offer, and shopkeeper is obliged to sell the not obliged to sell the displayed product. Khushi hailed an auto and requested driver to take her to Shivaji Nagar. The auto wala quoted 150 rupees. Khushi bargained for 120. Auto wala remained silent and gestured her to sit in auto. And when they reached the destination, the auto wala asked to pay her 150 again. Is Khushi correct in paying 120 rupees? Let's see. No, there is no acceptance on part of auto wala. Look, there was not any expressed acceptance, but the gesture that to sit in auto shows that there was an implied acceptance, right? We generally do this whenever, in general, try to relate it to real situation. Not usually, but now you can. We generally, this is what happens, and from how we determine implied acceptance, that is from facts and circumstances of the places. Yes, there was acceptance on part of Otawala, therefore Kushi will pay 120. Yes, this is an answer, but we'll keep this on hold before we discuss option C and D. Yes, by writing order there was an implied consent on part of Kushi. No, there was implied consent on part of Otawala to take 120 rupees instead of 150. Option D, Kushi did not offer a different price. She negotiated. No, she offered a different price, which was a counter offer and which was later accepted by Otawala. Thus, option B is correct. Last question. A intending to sell his old golf club informed B. Misunderstanding A's word, B visited A's house with the assumption that A intended to sell his clubhouse. To B's dismay, he discovered that he was actually referring to a gold club, and irritated by the mix-up, he asked him to sell. The mix-up caused confusion and frustration between two friends. Decide. Let's see all the answer options. Option A says A as statement about selling his club creates a valid offer. No, there was no certainty, right? That two horses example X and Y1. Certainty is essential and it's not a valid offer. Option B, B's demand for A to sell his clubhouse is valid regardless of miscommunication. No, why would it be valid when there is a miscommunication? It's a commonsensical thing, right? Not even a legal thing. There should be certainty while making an agreement. There should be not any kind of misunderstanding or miscommunication. Option C, is not obliged to sell his clubhouse but only gold club. No, B does not want to take it. Why would he accept it? Both the demands of both parties to the agreement are taken into consideration, not only the offerers. D is neither obliged to sell his clubhouse or golf club. This is correct answer because there was no offer and acceptance proper, so there is no agreement, and thus A is not obliged. I hope you understood it well. Thanks for watching.